Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the 94 rated honorable mentions Kim Min Jae SBC card. This one's coming in at around 270k to complete, and honestly, that's incredible value. For a center back with these stats, playstyles, and real-world presence, this card is screaming meta. Now, Kim Min Jae, right-footed, with a 4-star weak foot and controlled lengthy accelerate. And that combination, paired with his stature and physical profile, makes him feel like a wall at the back. This is a defender built for the current meta. Fast, strong, intelligent with elite AI, and technically secure. I've played multiple games with him in Rivals and Champs, and overall, I'm giving this card a 9.6 out of 10, but let's go thorough each stat. Pace, Kim Min Jae has 90 pace, split into 91 acceleration and 90 sprint speed. And let me tell you, in-game, it translates beautifully. Now, one thing that often happens with taller CBs is that they feel clunky on acceleration. But not this guy. Because of his controlled lengthy accelerate and that strong acceleration stat, he bursts into tackles quicker than expected. There's no lag when stepping out of the backline. What's really impressive is that his sprint speed feels relentless over long distances. If you're playing a high line or facing those explosive counterattacks, Kim Min Jae recovers like a fullback. He doesn't get burned easily. I tested him against some of the fastest attackers, guys like TOTS Mbappe, Openda, and even 99 Salah. And Kim was neck and neck the whole way. His jockey speed is responsive, thanks to that 91 acceleration. And even when caught flat-footed, his recovery runs are excellent. He never feels sluggish. And that makes him incredibly reliable in last-ditch moments. Passing. Next up, let's talk about passing. And honestly, this is one of Kim Min Jae's most underrated strengths. Now, the base stat is 80, but that doesn't tell the full story. The real value here is in the 93 short passing and 94 long passing. These are elite stats, and in-game, they feel exactly that. I used him in both back 3 and back 4 formations, and his distribution under pressure is a standout. Whether you're recycling possession with short passes into your CDM or launching those wide switches to fullbacks, Kim rarely misplaces a ball. What really takes it to another level are the long ball pass and pinged pass playstyles. These let him fire pinpoint passes over the distance with extra speed and accuracy, especially on driven through balls out of the back. It adds another dimension to your build-up play, almost like having a second playmaker sitting deep. His vision at 82 is more than enough to make those decisions under pressure. And curve at 61 doesn't hurt the accuracy of driven passes, especially when assisted by those playstyles. You won't be using him for crosses or set pieces. Crossing is 61, free kick accuracy is low, but that's irrelevant. In the defensive third and on the counter, this guy is surgical with his feet, shooting now, onto shooting, and this is probably the only area where the card falls flat. Though to be fair, you don't want Kim Min Jae shooting the ball anyway. He's got a 50 shooting overall, which includes a terrible 35 finishing, 36 volleys, and 45 penalties. Even if he ends up in a scoring position after a corner or a chaotic scramble in the box, don't expect him to tuck it away. But there are two semi-usable stats here, 77 shot power and 73 attacking positioning. And funnily enough, in-game, he does occasionally get involved in corners and stays alert when the ball spills out. If he hits it, it's going to be hard and straight, but the lack of finesse or technique means he rarely troubles the keeper unless it's a pure power shot. Bottom line, don't waste chemistry styles or build-up tactics trying to get him involved in the attack. He's a no-nonsense CB, and this stat group simply confirms that. Dribbling. So let's move on to dribbling, and honestly, this is one of the biggest surprises with Kim Min Jae. He's rocking an 80 overall dribbling stat, but don't be fooled. This is way more responsive in-game than that number suggests. Let's break it down. You've got 88 agility and 90 balance, and for a center back standing at 6'3", that's exceptional. This allows him to stay composed in tight spaces and pivot out of pressure without feeling clunky. I know people get nervous when CBs receive the ball under a press, but with Kim, there's a calmness. He doesn't panic, he doesn't take heavy touches, and he feels totally under control. His 92 reactions are key too. He reads rebounds, loose balls, and deflections like a natural. That's one of the biggest things I noticed. In 50 safely situations, he wins a lot just from pure reaction speed. Ball control and dribbling sit at 81 and 80 respectively, which might seem low, but the way his body type and balance work, you don't feel those limits much. You're not running L1 dribbles with him, obviously, but for shielding the ball and quick ball circulation, he's reliable. 8-8 composure also plays a massive role. Under pressure, in tight games, against press-heavy players, this stat keeps him calm and consistent with the ball at his feet, defending. Now this is the part where Kim Min Jae truly shines, defending, rated 94 overall, and it plays exactly like that, maybe even better. He's got 94 interceptions, 96 stand tackle, 94 slide tackle, 94 defensive awareness, and 90 heading accuracy. And every single one of these is felt in-game. What makes him special is his AI positioning. Whether you're playing a low block or high line, he just seems to always be in the right spot. That anticipate playstyle, it's a game changer. He cuts passing lanes early, reads through balls, and presses up at just the right moments without needing manual intervention. His tackling is super clean, especially standing tackles. He doesn't overcommit, and when you do time a challenge, it sticks. Slide tackles feel really powerful and wide-reaching, which is great when you're forced into last-ditch defending. And with Jockey, block, and intercept playstyles, you've got the full defensive toolkit. You can jockey tightly with confidence, force errors, and then block shots or passes with elite consistency. If you rely heavily on AI defending, or even if you manually defend, Kim Min Jae feels like a cheat code. Physicality. Now on to physicality, and yeah, this is the other reason why Kim Min Jae is elite. We're talking 91 physical overall, with 91 jumping, 90 stamina, 92 aggression, and 92 strength. These aren't just high numbers. They perform exactly how you'd hope for in-game. Let's start with aerial presence. He wins everything in the air. Defensively, you can trust him on corners, back post headers, and even goal kicks. Offensively, he's a genuine threat too, even without crazy heading power. Combine that with the aerial playstyle, and he's dominant. Aggression and strength at 92 and 91, these are felt every single match. Kim physically bullies most attackers. You shoulder check anyone under 6 feet, and they're getting shrugged to the floor. And because he's so mobile, you don't sacrifice that agility for power. He gives you both. And don't overlook that 90 stamina. You can play this guy in a high press system, extra time, rivals, champs. He'll last the full 90+ minutes without performance drop-off. That's huge in the current meta with all the cutbacks and dynamic runs. So, final verdict on Kim Min Jae's 94 rated honorable mentions SBC. For 270k, this is genuinely one of the best value CBs in FC25 right now. He's got meta pace, top tier defending, and elite physical presence, all wrapped into a card that just feels incredibly responsive and composed. I rate him a solid 9.6 out of 10. His pros: insane defending AI, elite tackling animations, rapid recovery speed, accurate long passing, strong on the ball, and a wall in the air. His cons? Pretty much just shooting. But let's be real, you're not putting Kim in the striker role. So, should you complete this SBC? If you run a Bundesliga team, a Korean link-up, or just need a meta center back with top-tier playstyles and animations, do it. Do it right now. Even if you don't use him as a starter, he's a perfect bench option and future-proofed for a long time.